Rational functions simplifying. Okay, whenever we're simplifying our rational functions, we're always going to want to start with our coefficients. So in this first problem, our coefficients are 3 over 12, which simplifies to 1/4. And then if we look at our x's and recall our exponent rules, we're going to subtract our exponents. So 2 minus 1 is x. It's going to go on the top because there were less x's on the top. Now I can rewrite this, and I don't need the 1 on top, so it's just x over 4. For the next problem, we start with the 12 over 9. 12 over 9 is they're going to both divide by 3, so I can make that a 4 and I can make that a 3. Both x squareds cancel out because they're the same on the top and the bottom, and the y stays on the bottom. Okay, so our exponents here, negative 16 and 12. They'll both divide by 4, and a lot of times I like to just kind of simplify it in the problem. So if I divide this by 4, it's going to be a negative 4 there. Divide by 4, we get 3. And then my x's, I have 2 x's on top and 5 on the bottom. 5 minus 2 is 3. So I have x to the third left on the bottom, because I had more x's there to begin with. For the y's, I have y to the 7th on the top, y to the 3rd on the bottom. 7 minus 3 is 4. So I get y to the 4th left on the top, and z to the 4th just stays there as well. So my final answer is negative 4, y to the 4th on top, and on the bottom 3, x to the 3rd, z to the 4th. Okay, these are different because we have addition and subtraction going on in the top and bottom. So we're going to need to pull out greatest common factors or factor the quadratic in order to simplify. So for this first one on the top, I can pull out a common factor of 2. So I divided the 2 and the 6 by 2. And on the bottom, I can pull out a common factor of 4. Okay, so these look like they might be like terms, but they're not because the signs are different, so I can't simplify them. But I can simplify this 2 over 4. So my final answer is x plus 3 over 2x minus 3. So 2 divided by 4, we get 1/2. You do not need to distribute that 2 back in. For this next one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take a 3 out of the top, and on the bottom, we're going to take out a 3x. We have an x squared in the first term and an x in the second term, so we can pull out an x with both terms. So now on this one, I do have common x minus 4, so they cancel out. The 3's also cancel out because they're the same on the top and bottom, and I'm left with this x right here, so it's going to be 1 over x. Okay, now with these two problems, we're going to have to factor the quadratics and then simplify from there. So, with the numerator of this first problem, I want to find out what multiplies to 6 and adds to negative 5. So that's going to be negative 2 and negative 3. So I have x minus 2 and x minus 3. And for the bottom one, I want to know what multiplies to negative 15 and adds to 2. That would be 5 and negative 3, so x plus 5 and x minus 3. A quick hint here, if you can figure out how to factor one of these two, then look at your factors, and usually you can expect to have a common factor between the top and the bottom. Here I had two x minus 3's, so they cancel out, and I'm just left with x minus 2 over x plus 5. Alright, for this next one, I have multiplying to 4 and adding to negative 5, so that would be x minus 1 and x minus 4. And then on the bottom, I can pull out a GCF of an x. I have a common factor of x minus 4 that I can cancel out, and I'm left with x minus 1 over x. Your homework now is to go and complete worksheets 1 through 3 in the Simplifying and Solving Rationals packet.